Now we're averaging about 530,000 minutes every day on Zoom, and the same on Microsoft Teams.
I think where the focus has changed a little bit is just areas that we need to think a little more broadly on. So, for example, we have this pandemic, everybody's working remotely. So now the question in our risk meetings has come up, okay, well, that's great. Our continuity plans worked. The pandemic is impacting everybody, but what happens if there's a power grid failure? Obviously, completely unrelated to the pandemic, but they're starting to think through now, okay, from a leadership perspective, communication perspective, what do we do if a group of leaders can't communicate with their offices or their regions or the firm for that matter? So we're going back and now going through, I would say, lower level, step by step. Okay, let's walk through this and understand what things could look like if more than a pandemic strikes, and how would we continue in terms of communication across the firm from a leadership perspective.
But I'm seeing a lot of emphasis on required downtime, not required downtime that is allowable, and therefore that contractors or other entities are required to fulfill and make sure that we stay within that range of allowable downtime related to our systems. And that's really something that both the Department of Health and Human Services, which we are part of, and at the agency have taken an interest in. We might say that a system has an allowable downtime, but you see a case like this where a specific event has happened. It's not an across-the-board thing about what is allowable downtime given the different circumstances. I think that just as a hypothetical here with this particular type of event that we have with the coronavirus, our labs are of utmost importance. And so the allowable downtime that we thought we might have had might be drastically shortened in a circumstance like this. Is that documented? Is that fully documented? Is that really enforceable? And are we being realistic?
We also took everybody to Zoom and to Microsoft Teams, which you will laugh at. Nobody had ever used those or really been trained on them. And now we're averaging about 530,000 minutes every day on Zoom, and the same on Microsoft Teams. So you can imagine now we are just killing our own networks with the amount of traffic going across. So it becomes quite different. We also saw, like I said, our websites being hit exponentially hard. And I checked during our brief break earlier to see how hard it had been hit just from all the bots. And when I looked, it was 2 that we had been warned about that thank goodness we were able to block that was coming. And so it's just a constant battle that we're having to fight.